I know you think your solos suck, but I actually think we can fix that. So let's dive in. I never, ever, ever tell you to run scales. And the reason why is because I've never found it useful. Yes, you should know your scales and you should be able to see them, but actually just running them up and down, I think that's pretty useless. And let me tell you why. So just walking this major scale down doesn't sound very interesting, but if I change the rhythm, and the rhythm is what's really important in any music. So I'm going to just change the rhythm, same notes, same order of the notes, but now it's going to sound different. So now I've got a song that all of us recognize, and it's the same set of notes, the same order, but I've changed the rhythm, and the rhythm is what makes the notes important. It's what makes them memorable. Now I've uploaded a backing track. It's like a funk track in E, and that's what we're going to be using here. And we're going to do this in the key of E since the backing track is. And so if you come up here, say to the 12th fret, and we get this pattern right here, this is our minor pentatonic pattern, which most of us probably already know. But I'm just going to take 4 notes out of this minor pentatonic pattern. So the 12th and 14th on the D string, and the 12th and 14th on the G string. Now the note I've put in red, that's your E note. So anytime that I'm phrasing or I'm doing a solo, I'm going to be kind of working my way back to this E note because that's the key that I'm in. I'm in E, so I want to work around that E note. So you've got to find whatever rhythm it is to that song that you want to play, and don't worry as much about the notes. So what do I mean by that? Well, let me explain it this way. Let me turn back on the backing track, and I'm going to tell you what I hear in my head, just rhythm-wise. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Now, you notice that I'm not thinking about notes at this point, and I really don't care. Before I start playing, I'm having a rhythm in my head of what I want to play. So in this case, we're in the minor pentatonic, and yes, I'm going to stop and think, do I want a minor sound or do I want a major sound? But more importantly, I'm thinking of the rhythm. And I'm just going to take those 4 notes and play that rhythm randomly on those 4 notes. So let's just see what that sounds like. Now you notice I haven't done anything fancy. I really didn't throw bends or hammer-ons or pull-offs in there, so that's even going to add more flavor and texture to your playing. I just wanted you to understand that the rhythm is what's really making the difference. Now you might be saying, well Dave, you're getting that sound because you're playing in this minor pentatonic scale, so we're getting that sort of vibe. I'm telling you, the vibe that you're giving off with your phrasing is not the scale, it's actually the rhythm. So let's do this for an example. Any minor scale that if you move it 3 frets this way, you get the major scale. So I'm playing the minor pentatonic, I'm going to move it 3 frets this way, and now I'm going to get the major pentatonic. So I'm going to play 9/11 on the D string and 9/11 on the G string. So this will put me in my major pentatonic. Now my E note is on the 9th fret of the G string, so I'm going to be kind of working around this note. So let's see what this same rhythm would sound like over the backing track in major instead of minor. So to me, I'm still getting a real neat vibe that I like with this backing track. just with that rhythm, no matter whether I'm playing it in minor or whether I'm playing it in major. Now, if you're wanting to kind of get some different sounds, start mixing those two together. And here you're going to get a really different vibe if you keep switching back and forth and kind of blending these two scales together. So let's see what that might sound like. So I hope you play around with this. I really am trying to get the point that the rhythm that you play notes is much more important than the notes you actually play. Just play around with this. Come up with a rhythm in your head, throw on the backing track, play around with just a couple of notes, see what you can come up with rhythm-wise. Don't worry as much about the notes. I really do hope this helps. And as always, if you need something, reach out to me. I'll be glad to help you.